Hello and welcome. Rob Hale here with a new series. This is going to be a series of Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead. One of my favorite role-playing games of all time, in any medium. That includes, classic D&D, pen and paper with dice and all that, and computer games and so forth. This is might be my favorite, but definitely top three. This game is just really great. So, if you're not familiar with it, I highly recommend it, but let's just jump right into it. What I'm going to do in this episode is I am going to show the setup for this world, and I'm going to actually begin playing it as well. So sometimes those two get divided out. If you look at Let's Plays on other channels, they get divided up because the setup for this game can be pretty long, but I'm going to do a pretty brief one actually, and I'll explain why. The world, which I'm not going to show in this, is intended to be the Boston area. Cataclysm takes place, in case you don't know, in New England, and what I wanted to do was a starting position that is all city, pretty much. And Boston, actually, incidentally, in real life, there's a lot of it's one of the largest urban areas. So not just Boston itself, but the surrounding area. It's very spread out. So I thought that would be a good sort of way to play this game. Now, what I want to do here is it's going to be kind of tough, because I'm going to make I want a student. So this is what I'm going to start off as, a student who did not get evacuated. So this is going to be in the Mist challenge. So this student, we don't know her name yet. I've chosen a female character, but I'm going to choose her name here at the end. She's got this Mist setup, which means that she's going to be starting in town. And as I just mentioned, the map that I have created for this is going to be all city. So by in town, that means, she's going to be in the midst of a large city, hopefully near the edge somewhere. That would be most beneficial, I think, but she might be smack dab in the middle of a very large city. She can be any profession. She's going to be a student. I want her to be a totally sort of normal person. So I'm actually not going to choose any traits. I am going to choose a profession of, she's going to be a poor student. And the reason I'm choosing poor student is, first of all, it's a little bit harder. The student professions in this game, they all typically come with a backpack. So as you can see, I'll just read this real quick. You come from a low income family. I'm going to explain why I'm choosing this in a little bit more in depth in a second, but you got mocked for your old hand-me-down clothes and for getting free school lunches in the cafeteria. Poor student. She's had a little bit of a tough go of it so far, but she made it into college. I'm gonna in my mind, she's a college student who has just come home, maybe for spring break or something. So she's from the Boston area. I don't know if she's in school. Actually, you know what? She's probably in school in the Boston area. Maybe she goes to Boston College and lives in an apartment, or maybe she has come home to Boston from college for spring break or something, because the game starts in spring. So maybe it's something like that. But she's in college. That's my idea. That's how I conceive of this. This is role playing, so I'm going to role play this. I'm going to kind of come up with her story, and we're going to play her story. Continuing on here. Even worse, your ratty old backpack finally fell apart. That's what the big deal here is with the poor student. Ratty old backpack finally fell apart at the worst time, right when the apocalypse happens. Now, at least no one's mocking you now because I'm still alive, right? So the other students, they have backpacks, and the poor student does not. So my poor female student, college student character here doesn't even start with a backpack. Now, there probably will be a backpack nearby when I start. We'll see how that goes. Some kind of bag, I hope. But I don't know where we're going to start exactly. So the other reason why I chose to have her be poor is because this takes place slightly in the future, and in the future they have cybernetics and mutants and stuff like that, but definitely cybernetics. And if you look through the list here at some of the other students, there are cybernetic students, for example, so students with intelligence implants and all that. And our character here, she couldn't afford that. That wasn't her family. She got into school on her own merit, not because of money. So what I'm going to do to that end is make her pretty smart. Okay. She's got kind of normal stats for the rest of the stuff. Maybe a little bit, above in terms of strength and dexterity and perception, and that's because she's young and healthy. So she doesn't have any weaknesses in the physical department, and she's very smart. That's how she got it to where she is. But because she's a student, she doesn't have any special traits. There are some things I could pick here, I guess, that would kind of make sense from a story perspective, but she doesn't have any points left anyway. Being a poor student has earned her 1 point, as you can see up here near the top. I've already spent that on stats. So she's not going to have any skills. She doesn't have any, I'm thinking, she could have maybe had some computer skill or something like that. Maybe she's just started college, I don't know. But she doesn't have any particular skills, any particular traits. She doesn't know a whole lot. She's young, so she's healthy, so her stats are good, and she's smart. But that's it for her. And she's going to be starting in the midst of Boston. So, I'm going to pick a random female name. Kit Witt. That's an interesting name. No. Geneva Gaston. Triana. One name only. It's like Madonna. I did a kind of a test game which went disastrously, and this was actually the name I got. Was this? I'm gonna call her Ellie. I'm assuming that's what that is. Not like Eli or something. I think that's Ellie. So I'm gonna go with Ellie. Ellie Forrest Keaton. That's what I'm gonna stick with. That's my female character. Is there anything else I need to do? Starting location is in a house. That is what I want. No traits, no skills. Poor student. This is our setup. Let's go. Yes, I'm finished. So let's see what we get for a starting location. Okay. Okay, we started in a house. We are right next to a survivor here. We're going to look around in a minute. I did do the Boston one, didn't I? I did. Moving along. Okay. Woo, yes, I did do the Boston one. This is actually a really good start. I am pretty enthusiastic about this. So as you can see, this city is enormous. It takes up almost the entire visible range here. But what we do have just above us is a river. That is going to be a good source of water right off the bat. So that has me quite excited. And it looks like I can kind of go out my back door here and access the riverbank. Hopefully there's not too much on the enemy front in these areas, so that they won't be able to see me, I hope. And I can gather some water. So this is very promising. I like this. Across the river, we have a field with an apartment tower. Yep. And let's just kind of, you know what? There's so many things to look at here. I'm not going to bother looking at them all right now. But what I will do is look around my region, in this region right here. I have 2 mods on this world. It's the mods that come with the game, though. Nothing fancy. The 2 mods that I have are the boat building, so I will be able to build a boat, and I have like a gun mod that just gives you more gun options. I thought that would be kind of neat. So. Here we are. Let's see. I got a grocery store right across the way. That is awesome. What a start. What's cool about the grocery store is, of course, they have food. Hopefully not all perishable, but a good source of food anyway. And the other really super important thing at the grocery store is grocery carts, shopping carts, that I can use to carry things around because I don't have a backpack. the bad thing about the grocery store is that it probably is just teeming with bad guys. So kind of sucky there, but whatever. Let's see. Sporting goods store, awesome. Probably some good weapons and clothes there. There's a subway station. I've never actually been in a subway station before, so I don't know what to find there. Military surplus. Just down. We got a little field actually around this house here. So I'm thinking this is like an apartment, I guess. Now that I think about it, she lives in this apartment. The apocalypse happens. She misses the evac. You know, she's in the midst of a city. That can happen. Her and maybe her roommate or whoever is over here. We'll talk to him in a second. She's got a real nice spot though. I don't know. I don't know how to justify this. Maybe she's at a friend's house or something. I feel like if you're in a big city right on a river like this, you're paying a lot of money for this, money that she does not have. So we'll have to kind of figure out how that works. There's a park over here, which means probably some kid zombies. That's not great. Hardware store, awesome. Abandoned storefront, less awesome. Military surplus. Abandoned storefront, though, might be a good spot for wood and things like that. Across the way, we have a boxing gym. Ooh, a police station. Okay. A house, electronics store. We got a lot of good stuff around here. Okay. So, let's see. Let's just take a quick look around. We don't have too much to look at here. We got some books. Archery book. That could be very handy. Popular mechanics, also handy. And that's just something for fun. Oh. Maybe it's not just for fun. Glamopolitan, I would have assumed would be just for fun, but it looks like there are maybe some cooking tips. Okay, cool. Television I can take apart. And let's see. And we have Tanza. Tanza sees me but is ignoring me. That's an interesting name. So I thought that was a guy, but I'm guessing Tanza sounds maybe more like a woman's name. Luckily our windows are drawn right now, so nothing can see in. They might still be able to smell us though. Let's talk. Well, I guess it's just us, Tanza says. What should we do now? I say. Tanza says, I don't know. Look for supplies and other survivors, I guess. Okay. I didn't really want to end the conversation there, but it was my only option. So I think I'm going to say, do you want to travel with me? Tanza says, why should I travel with you? Good question, Tanza. Interestingly, when I did a test game of this, my persuasion skill was super low. I don't know why I can do this persuasion. The you can keep me safe option is 100 right now, so that's what I'm going to choose. My other options are very low, but you know, I'm guessing then that makes sense. Tanza is a roommate of mine. Maybe she was a longtime friend, and maybe she had some money. She helped us afford this apartment, and you know, she's always been on the lookout for me. So this second option B, you know, she's always been looking out for me. She's not going to let me keep her safe. That's not the kind of person she is. She's the kind of person who is going to keep me safe. And that's why we're here together now. So we're going to team up. You got it. I'm with you, Tanza says. Awesome. So I'm going to give her some combat commands straight away. We're going to not use guns. We're only going to use silent weapons. She will use grenades. I don't want her to use grenades in case she has some or ends up picking some up. So she is engaging all enemies right now. She will not use firearms. She will not use grenades. Okay. Let's see. Change the engagement rules also. I want to maybe only attack enemies that I attack first. No, you know what? I'm not strong at all, so I'm gonna have her attack enemies that get too close. But the thing is, I don't want her running out. So I'm gonna right now I'm gonna say don't fight unless your life depends on it. So I think that means if she is attacked, she will fight back. The reason I'm not going to do attack enemies that get too close is that, let's say I open up a door and there's a bad guy out there. I don't want her to just take off because that could alert a lot of other enemies to our position. So I want her to kind of just hang out for now. Because what's going to happen is outside this door, there are a lot of bad guys, and we could be in some serious trouble. And we may want to hole up here for a while, get whatever food we can get, hope for the best, and maybe try to make some weapons or something. We'll see what we can get. All right, so don't fight unless your life depends on it. Now, she's not going to teach me anything right now. Let's trade. Guard this position. I'd like to know more about you. She might not do any of that stuff. So I'm going to look at her. She has a crossbow. Awesome. Crossbows are silent, I believe. She's got lots of good stuff on. So she has a hunting cap on as well. So, I guess she was some kind of hunter before this. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense being in the city. But let's just try to make some sense of it. She was a hunter. It was one of her passions, and she had this crossbow and her hunting cap, and now the apocalypse has happened. She's ready to go, and she's ready to defend her good friend, me. Let's see. I'm going to look at her stats if I can. She has good strength, 8 to 10. So we're right in the same range as me. So we're both kind of normal people. Okay. Oops. Oh, crap. I hit something. I hit the combat commands by accident, but I backed out of that now. So I'm just going to see if I can get her to teach me anything right away. She doesn't want to. Okay. I'll be able to do that again eventually. I want to say I want to know more about you. She wants to keep that to herself. Okay. We're good. I understand. Let's go. So, speaking of, let's take a look at ourselves. Here's our stats. Our speaking went up just from trying to persuade her, so that's good. Hopefully we get a little bit better at that. That's going to be something that really helps us. We are super cold. That's what all this up here means, this minus 43. We only have some real basic clothing on. Let's see. Wow, not much at all. We got our undergarments on. We have a t-shirt and shorts. So, maybe I was planning on coming back to the gym or something. I don't know why it's so cold in this house. I don't think it should be that cold, but it is. Alright, let's look around. Okay. Anything in there? No. That's a TV. So it'd be cool to dismantle that. So there's windows on this wall, as you can see right over here. So this is probably an external door that I am not going to mess with right now. Let's go in here. What we're going to try to do is stay away from any open windows. There shouldn't be any. These are display racks. Actually, what is this display rack made out of? Probably metal. So I might be able to dismantle that. I'm hoping that I can. Nothing in the trash. I'm going to assume that that is an external wall. Here? Definitely is here. So we're not going to mess with that. Let's see what we got. We've got some food in here. I'm just probably going to keep it in here for now. I'm going to take this water, though. And the reason I'm going to keep this stuff in here for now is because my volume that I can hold is really pathetically low right now. I can only hold 4 liters worth of volume because I have such little stuff. I have shorts on. The shorts, they may have some pockets, I guess. Maybe that's where my volume is coming from. Let's see. Volume 4, yep. So I've got some pockets in my shorts, and that is it. So I cannot carry very much right now at all. So I'm going to carry the water with me. That's as a last-ditch effort. We got some food in here. Good. Pot. Pot is great. I've got 2 pots, so that means I can cook things, which is great. And also because I have 2, I can make a pot helmet now. So I will have some armor. It should be something I can make with 0 skill. So, and I've got a frying pan for cooking as well. Cool. Okay. Steak knife. Yes. That is awesome. I got another pot and a 2 pot there. Okay, this steak knife for now will be my weapon. Take a look at it. It has a bash of 2, that's pretty low. A stab of 7, that's excellent, especially for compared to whatever it was I had before. To hit bonus though, -3. That is awful, but it does move very fast. 76 is very quick. So it's got the good and the bad. Now, the one thing that's super great about it is that it has a level 20 butchering quality and a level 1 cutting quality. And this cutting quality will now allow me to cut up some clothing and other cloth items around this house that I can maybe use to make gloves and things like that. Alright. I think that's where I just looked. Yes. Nothing in the stove. Got some whiskey in case things get real bad and I need to feel better about my life. Okay, not going to go out that door to the right because, as I mentioned, that is an external door, so we're going to avoid it. Got a very large bathroom. This is obviously an apartment. I mean, an apartment of this size in a city like this is going to be super expensive. I am a little nervous about this door, to tell you the truth. So I'm going to avoid that for now. See, now kind of looking over here, it looks like the wall continues, but this could just be the side of the house because the wall does not continue over here. Thus, kind of confirming that this was probably an external door as well. So what I don't know is how do you get into here, though? See these rooms right here? It's kind of strange. But anyway, we'll check. We're just going to be cautious. That's what we're going to do. This house is like picked clean. There's jeans and a skirt there, so I'm going to take these jeans. I'm going to put the jeans on, yes. And what is my... So this is my outfit. Go to my legs, and I have my shorts on under my jeans. I'm going to keep that way. It is encumbering me a little bit because they both... just because this has encumbrance. So it's actually not too bad that this is over my shorts, and it gives me a little bit more storage, 2 more liters. That effectively increases my storage by 50%, so that's pretty great. Okay. Nano skirt, nope, I'm probably going to cut up that nano skirt. Leather pants, actually. Take a look at this. Cover 95%, they have 25 warmth, and they have protection of 6 and 6. Let's look at what I just picked up. %, that's the same. Warmth of 10, that's less. And a bash of 3 and 3. So the jeans are worse. Now let me just double check. The only thing I'm not totally sure about is the storage. Same storage. Okay. So I'm going to get rid of these jeans. That to pick up the leather pants and put them on. Yes. Now I'm also going to butcher this, and now I have 7 rags. Okay, so what I just did was, oops, you didn't see the keystrokes, but I tore up those pants using my knife, cut up the pants. So now I have 7 rags. So let's see if I can craft anything. As of right now, I can make some hand wraps. It is spring outside. One of the features of this world that I made the seasons full length. They're almost as long as they are in real life. They're 90 days. In real life, the seasons are somewhere around 91 days, give or take. A little, maybe 91 and a quarter, or something like that. So the seasons here are almost full length. So it's going to be cold for a while because it's spring and we're in New England. So it is what it is. I'm going to need to keep my face and hands warm. It takes a t-shirt to make this rider mask, so I'm not going to make that right now. I'm going to make... I wanted to check to see if I could make anything in other. So I'm going to make these hand wraps. It's going to take 4 of my rags. It worked. Excellent. And I'm going to... Oops. I'm going to wear these. Okay. I've got my hand wraps on. If I can find a t-shirt anywhere, I'm going to make a rioter mask. Okay, good. We have lots of pillows and blankets. Excellent. We're going to share some of these if we want to sleep here. Lots. Awesome. We're going to share those. We're going to probably be sleeping on that bed together. And let me see. Now look at this. This wall seems to continue on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here. I'm going to open this. It's kind of a risk. What I'm thinking happens is actually this is a room and that room extends this way. But just in case, I'm going to stand in the corner. I'm going to stand in this corner versus this other corner, because if I open up this corner and this is outside, I'll be able to see probably pretty far in this direction, which I don't want. Whereas here, I'll be able to see partially in this direction and hopefully I'm blocked by this room. That's my plan. Here we go. Okay, it's inside. Good. It's another bedroom. Large bedroom. T-shirt. Good. So what I'm going to do is I should be able to access that from here. Oops, wrong menu. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a rioter mask. I'm going to use the nearby t-shirt, not the one that I'm wearing. Okay. Crafted. Is it in my inventory? Oh, it is. And I'm going to put this on. Awesome. See my little icon here now has a mask on. Now, for some reason, I can't make this full size. If anybody knows how to do that, I tried messing with the settings. I've always played it like this. I've tried messing with the settings to make this larger. This should take up the whole screen, but it does not seem to be working. I don't know why. I did try messing with the size settings of the screen, and all that did was messed up my controls. So super unfortunate. So I don't know what to do there. So if anybody knows how to do that, please let me know. But for now, it's kind of small. I apologize. Oh, yes. We have a Glock. Glock 19. This is a, let's see, semi-automatic pistol. And it holds 15 rounds of 9mm ammo. So this is a great find. I still can only hold a volume of 6. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to pick this up now because this is almost going to max me out. Ooh, I have 50 rounds of 9mm also. What I'm going to do is look around for a backpack, and then I will keep this Glock on me. This is not going to be very useful at first, except for in emergency situations. The reason being, if I were to use it right now in the city, that's just going to send all of the zombies my way, and I do not want to do that, obviously. I'm just going to check one thing. Hold on 1 second. We are looking to be at right around 30 minutes, so I think that's where actually I'm going to leave this for today. Decent start so far. We're in a nice big house. This is a place that we can bunker down. It's right on the river. That's awesome too. So I think we're going to try to make this home for a little while. I've got a person with me. We have some weapons. I have already made some clothes, so pretty good start. Strong start, all things considered. And I hope that we can keep this going, because I have a feeling that the moment we step outside, it is going to be trouble. So we're going to finish exploring this house, and then we're going to decide what to do from there. We're going to see if maybe we can do some construction here inside and see what we can build. See if I can't get a better weapon than this knife. So that's all going to be next time. Thank you so much for joining me. Please like, please subscribe. Rob Hale, out.